Post that on Reddit. Go fuck yourself, you limp dick losers. In what fucking universe would 5,000 people have a subscription to this man? Not this one. You're all a bunch of fucking losers and you're jealous that you sit there looking at clips of me on fucking Reddit and other places all day, and you have to have a miserable life offline, probably in a 9-to-5 job flipping fucking burgers. Now put that shit on Reddit and choke on it. Yesterday's stream, where I covered the launch of the Virtual Boy in 2026, how I covered it, how the internet responded to me covering it, and whether or not it benefited me. Okay? For those who don't know, I don't know how you don't know, because apparently everyone on the internet heard of this. Yesterday, I covered the new Virtual Boy's launch that Nintendo is selling on their website for $100. You need to be a Nintendo Online subscriber to buy it, and it's a $100 plastic stand with 2 red lenses in it that you put your Switch 2 inside of to play Virtual Boy games. It has no other value whatsoever. So, in order to cover this yesterday, I fully investigated it, showed you what it looked like. So I said, to hell with all that, I'm not letting Nintendo screw me. I'm going to make content anyway. I don't care. So yesterday, I sat right here on this very desk with the Virtual Boy on a stand on top of its own box, and I played it for about an hour. However, you couldn't see it because there was no way to capture it. So instead, I basically narrated the gameplay and told you what I was seeing and told you what I thought about the 3D effects, the feeling of using the Virtual Boy, including was there eye strain, was I sweaty from it, did my neck hurt, etc. Now, basically, I did this for about an hour, all right? First off, I'm not the only person who did it. There are other people on the internet who did exactly the same thing, and no one cared. Everyone was okay with it. But because DSP did this, that's got to become news, because people have to spin everything I do in a toxic and negative way. So, of course, because I did it, it's bad. Everyone else literally did the same thing. That was okay for them. It was a funny experiment. It was an interesting thing. You made lemonade out of lemons. But for DSP to do it, oh, what a joke, what a laughing stock, what an embarrassment he is. Bullshit. Everyone who did that can go fuck themselves. Post that on Reddit. Go fuck yourself, you limp dick losers.
And then you people, Phil's a toxic streamer. No, you tried to make me look like that.
Now, outside of that, what happened was me playing the Virtual Boy for an hour got clipped. What does that mean? It means people took snippets of that and posted it all over the internet. Now, did they give me credit for it? No. Did they link to DSP Gaming so people would come to the channel to watch the actual coverage that I put out on the channel? No. Instead, they just clipped moments and acted like it was funny, ha ha ha. So, do I actually benefit from the trolling behavior of people on the internet who steal my content and clip it to make fun of it? No.
And that's not fair.
This is exactly what I explained to Asmongold, that when he reacts to a clip of me from Reddit or from one of my detractors, I literally don't benefit. No one comes to DSP Gaming to check out the content because no one can find DSP Gaming. For 1 month, they did. Right after the Asmongold interview and everyone watched it, they basically came and said, oh, I could find it again, and it was in the algorithm. And then what happened is, well, it trailed off. The big YouTubers weren't talking about me anymore, and therefore, DSP Gaming went right back to the bottom of the algorithm again, and no one can find the channel. Now when you search for it, guess what you get? You get my detractors or you get the Reddit clips. You don't get the raw DSP content here on the channel. You get raw Phil stealing the content from the channel. No, jealousy is a problem. I'll be honest, jealousy is a problem. Sadly, I don't benefit from the toxic content. I just don't. I don't. All right? It doesn't help me at all. All it benefits are people who are no-load losers who steal to make their own content. So I'm not happy that people cover it in a negative way, spin it in a toxic way. Sure, you can argue that it adds some level of relevance because at least people are talking about DSP. Hence this person who just tipped the $1 and said, do you think that any kind of attention is good attention? It's good to at least be in the discussion. But at the same time, why is it that I was in the discussion yesterday in a negative and toxic way, for doing exactly the same thing that tons of people did who covered Nintendo content. It was okay for everyone else to cover the Virtual Boy the way that I did. They were all right. In fact, my coverage in a lot of cases looked better, sounded better, because I got a better setup than them. You could actually see me playing it at a really good angle, good HD coverage and everything. But I'm the Joker, right? I'm the clown. But they're okay doing it. No, the truth is, that's not acceptable. It's not. And if you saw the clips, you're the fucking clown, not me. I'm the one who makes a living doing it. So who's the joke here? Really? These are jealous ass fucking people who just want to act like I'm some kind of miserable wretch who's down on his luck that he has to do this. No, I had a blast yesterday. I want to make that clear. Covering the Virtual Boy may have been a joke for Nintendo because I exposed how bad of a product it is, right? At the same time, it was incredibly fun to do that. And I love my job. I love doing this for a living. So I had a great time. I will continue to cover this kind of stuff in this way because now I can. You know, in the past, it was, I couldn't get the $100 piece of garbage from Nintendo to cover it because I couldn't afford it. Well, now I can, and I will continue to do this kind of coverage, and my viewers will appreciate it.
I firmly believe at this point in my life, all right, that no matter what comes my way, that we can work together to overcome it.
People don't like accepting the fact that DSP is a legit video gaming creator. They've always treated me as a joke. They've treated me as the meme, the negative guy, the guy that did this bad thing and that bad thing. Now I'm actually legitimately covering stuff, like exposing that Crizzle is a super boring game for 3 to 4 hours and nothing that was in the trailer is actually in the early game. Or exposing that the actual Virtual Boy is a piece of garbage that's priced $100 and probably cost Nintendo $15 to make, and they're ripping everyone off. My existence has actually prominently impacted the internet and life, quite frankly. All right. And I'm happy and proud of that fact that at least my existence on the internet has had a positive impact on so many. You know, legitimate gaming coverage, which is what you would expect from a legitimate channel. Well, they can't accept that I'm putting out legitimate gaming coverage anymore. They're, oh no, he's just a joke. You know, we're supposed to laugh at him and he's supposed to be the miserable guy. Well, I'm not miserable. I'm happy. I'm doing well. And there's nothing you can do about it. Sorry, that's just reality. My wife is the reason why I'm so happy. Every time that you make a Reddit post and you clip my content and you do something negative, it just proves you're the embarrassment. You're the miserable fucking people out there, not me. I'm good. If we hit $3,500 of support, I would shave my beard. I'm doing well. When we hit 150, I'll tell you all about my underwear. Yeah, I rage when I play Street Fighter. Fuck this fucking game. Fuck this piece of shit. My controller's now disconnected. Yeah, it's disappointing if I have a stream that doesn't do as good as I hoped it would. That doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It just means I continue on my merry way, having fun and trying to improve, which is the way to succeed in any kind of business. You gauge interest, you see what's going on, you see who likes what you're doing, you try to cater to that audience, you ask for feedback, and then you improve yourself. That's how you succeed. That's why I'm still here 18 years later. Not because I'm some kind of a stupid meme that you've joked about for the last decade, and you think that's why I'm still here. I don't make $1 off of your toxic shit. You're losers. Every one of you that sits out there laughing at off the cuff, out of context, stupid toxic clips about me is a loser. And I don't need to waste time on you. Now put that shit on Reddit and choke on it. Do you like me? I haven't changed. Huh? I don't know what this person is saying. Someone tipped $2 and says, remember to say to everyone, your, and by the way, they're not spelling your at all correctly. You know how it's supposed to be Y-O-U'-R-E. It's just the word your instead. You're thankful for your viewers. Remember, if you're on a main channel or a detractor, you make this possible, so throw a support dono my way so we can all go along happily. That would never happen. No one who's watching the detractor stream right now is going to leave the detractor stream and come over here and drop a dono. I just don't believe that. Maybe there are some people who get it, and those are people who maybe kind of watch or pocket watch over on Kick, and every once in a while they'll drop me a sub or something like that. Like, for example, yesterday, Virtual Boy defeats DSP, dropped a couple subs. And I was like, you know what? This is a guy that razzes me all the time. He says, like, not really toxic stuff, but sarcastic stuff. I get the joke. And then every once in a while, he drops me a sub. I'm totally okay with that, but he's actually here. You know what I'm saying? Someone tipped $2 and said, well, why are you even bothering addressing this? Because it's not going to do you any good. The detractors can't be changed, and your fans are already your fans. Well, because people from time to time do bring up the fact that Phil went viral. Like yesterday, I did go viral. The clips of me reviewing the Virtual Boy actually got, I think it was like within an hour, 8,000 likes on X, and then Reddit posts and shit. And people are like, well, why aren't you happy about that? Why don't you bring it up? Why don't you mention it? Because it doesn't benefit me. It doesn't. It doesn't help me at all. It's all stolen shit. And no one credits me. That's the other thing. If it was DSP Gaming reviewed the Virtual Boy in a hilarious way, at least someone might fucking come to DSP Gaming. But no one ever does that. Too fucking bad. Well, someone tipped $2 says, I watch the people who steal from you, but I also watch you and sometimes contribute to you. And the reason is because the people who rip your stuff and steal it do things such as put the chat on screen. Yes, but you understand, if I put the chat on screen, it would literally ruin the product. Like right now, if I put both chats up on screen, immediately the trolls who make the 50 to 100 sock accounts would just spam it literally endlessly all day and say doxing shit and racist stuff to try to get me banned. Like, that's the point. That's why they would do it. They want attention. That's already happened when it used to be when I had an open comment system on my videos where people would come and do that nonstop. I can't put the chats on my screen unless I massively over moderate. If you want me to have bots that literally lock down 90% of discussion, then I can put the chats on the screen. Otherwise, people will actively be trying to get me banned. I can't put the chats on the screen. Again, I understand what people are saying. Oh, well, you know, this and that is different. But, you know, it's not. For me, my existence on the internet is completely unique because I have to do things differently because of the level of, not even scrutiny, but the level of harassment and stalking and lies that get thrown around about anything that I do. Like right now, if I cough, people will flag it and say, oh, he said the N-word. What are you talking about? I cough. No, that's the N-word. That's how these idiots are, you know? So I just can't do what these people do, you know? That I've said the N-word, and Twitch suspended me for it. Someone's asking to be unbanned, and I'm going to see if I can just quickly unban them. Yes. I love that I can quick unban people now. This is a huge thing. Remember, you see me ages to do it, and I do it instantly. So you're a person who just tipped me $1. You're unbanned. Thanks for the buck. Now on to my final topic of the day. Kick and other streaming services, but notably recently Kick, has been cracking down on botting. And there's one particular streamer that has been massively negatively affected by this. Now, first off, here we go. First off, you might say, why would a streamer who's being negatively affected bring it up on stream and talk publicly about it? Well, the truth is, I don't think that anyone ever should. Like, if there ever is stuff going on behind the scenes, with demonetization, with, you know, being called out for an act that you may or may not consider that you actually are guilty of, I don't think you should talk about it publicly. If you want to deal with it privately behind the scenes, that's one thing. But to be blabbing about it publicly on a stream is probably a bad idea, particularly because your audience probably can't help you with it. So you might say, why would this person be talking about it publicly on their stream? Well, it's an easy answer. Okay, hold on. Oh, God. There we go. It's because recently, LTG accidentally leaked this on his stream. I just want to remind everyone, here on DSP Gaming, there is zero tolerance for outside drama and nonsense. This is an actual document that LTG accidentally put up on his screen during a live stream. Oh, man. So why is this bad? This is bad because this isn't, oh, a detractor supposedly got his information and posted it up on Kiwi Farms, or someone claims they hacked his account and this is his bank account balance, okay? This is something he actually put up on his screen on his stream, okay? And if you're wondering what this is, it's very simple. his detractors have accused him of having a kid and basically being a deadbeat dad and not paying child support. And then he puts this up on his stream. Okay? So, in summary, this is basically saying he supposedly owes around $9,000 of back child support because of legal orders against him. Okay? So he shows this and everyone's freaking out like, what the hell did he just do? Why did he put that on his stream? And that path, ladies and gentlemen, is the path of drama. The path of hate. The next day, all of a sudden, LTG is complaining about lost revenue on his stream. And it's like, isn't it weird that the day before, he accidentally puts that up on his screen, and then on his very next stream, he's complaining about Kick taking money away from him. All right? I'm going somewhere with this, don't worry. So let me just play some clips
basically,
here.
they didn't pay me for last night because when it comes to me, I can't get away with nothing. Everybody else could.
So you hear what he's saying? And again, this is very bad the way that he does it. Basically, oh, here it is. Listen, hello again. Thank you for your patience. Regrettably, the reversion will remain. Please keep in mind that long-form videos are not allowed, especially if there's insufficient interaction with your viewers. Additionally, blah, blah, blah. So let's see what he says, and then I'll tell you basically what really happened here.
Regrettably, the reversion will remain the same. Please keep in mind that long-form videos are not allowed, especially if there's insufficient interaction with your viewers. Additionally, if you want to watch this type of content, please disable your KVP toggle, blah, blah, blah. Do people that spam IRLs on the platform? Do they interact with their viewers? So anytime we watch the Drewski shit, I'm going to kill the kick stream 1,000%.
So here's what happened, okay? First of all, everyone knows that, well, LTG is rampantly accused of viewbotting his content, okay? That it always says somehow he has thousands of viewers everywhere he streams, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Kick, no matter where he's streaming, somehow he has thousands of viewers, right? But when you look at his chat literally never moves. Ever. It just sits there. And every once in a while, there's a trickle. Like, for example, there's something called a chat rate on YouTube. If you don't know what a chat rate is, it's basically how many people are talking and at what speed they're talking. I have a chat rate right now of 15, which is a good rating. You're a liar, Phil. Phil lies about everything. He's a liar. A great chat rate would be like 50, all right? But me, I'm a small-time guy. I got a chat rate of 15. When I play a slower game, like if I'm playing Dragon Quest 7, it'll go down to like 5, okay? So what happened was, LTG was sitting there reacting to a video for 1 hour, okay? 1 hour. All he did was play a video, all right? And then he just reacted to the video. He literally ignored his chat. He didn't talk to chat for an hour. Imagine me on any given stream never talking to you guys at all. Okay? That's what he did. What ended up happening was his chat literally didn't move. Okay? You can go back and watch the archive. His chat was like a rock, solid, not moving. Okay? After the hour, he starts interacting with his chat again, okay? So what happened was Kick used its automated tools to try to figure out what happened and said, this guy's viewbotting. 100%. This guy literally sits there on his stream making content for no one. No one's there. There's probably like maybe 100 people, right? Tops. And he's lying about 90% of his audience. It's all bots just sitting there, and that's why they don't talk. Now, he has it set up that when he wants, they'll respond. Because you can check this out. When he was doing his big react to me, whenever it was, a few weeks ago, a month ago, he literally said to his chat, hey, chat, move. And then immediately the chat goes, because he has it programmed that way. Now, I'm tech savvy, all right? I understand websites. I understand scanning and uploading. He is literally faking his success. It's all bullshit. And Kick is calling him out on it. So what happened was they demonetized him for that stream, okay? Now, keep in mind, he's already been demonetized before for fake subs, meaning Kick actually caught the fact that someone gifted him a whole bunch of subscriptions on Kick, and then they pulled the plug on it and charged them all back, but they had already paid him for them. So then they made him pay him back. He had to stream for like a month or two and made no money. He was literally paying back Kick the money that they had basically gave him a loan for. Okay? He's out of that red now, but now he's got his individual streams now being demonetized one by one because he's doing botting. Now, here's the thing. Can anyone prove this? Of course not. Can you prove any of it? All you can do is rationally look at the situation and judge the facts.
It looks like Phil spends $5,000 a month on business expenses.
The guy owes $9,000 of back pay for child support he hasn't paid, and it's just going to keep accumulating because there's going to be fees and things on top of that. I mean, what it sounds to me like he's going to court for it. Like he's going to be arguing in court, that's not my kid, I'm not paying this money or whatever, right? The guy needs every dollar he can make, but he can't get out of this rut of, I need to look popular, I need to be big. He's not. But he's trying to fool everyone and probably himself to thinking that he's more popular than he is. Listen, I know that I'm not popular. Right now I have 285 viewers on YouTube, and I have, let's see here, 103 viewers on Kick. That's what I have. That's the audience that I bring in.
The podcast doesn't get a lot of views.
LTG is one of those people that he needs to have the giant head. He's literally always bringing up other streamers that are bigger than him, that are more prominent, more popular. And he always says, I don't get it. I don't understand why they're bigger than me. With this guy, look how this guy talks. He makes fun of the guy, how the guy talks. Oh, he talks like like he's in the ghetto and he's at a barbecue or something. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand that no one likes him. All right? Me, I know that almost no one likes me, but there's a small group of people who do. People who actually have come and legitimately hung out with me and had a good time with me. Those are the people that I cherish, that I appreciate that you guys come by and hang out with me. I really do. Get fucked, you disingenuous fucking loser. But him, he doesn't appreciate shit. He just wants to think that he's a big shot when he's not. So here he is botting himself, or someone who likes him is botting him, and likely he knows all about it. And now he's upset because Kick has chosen to demonetize his streams day and day again, and he's not making any money on his content anymore. And by the way, someone's botting me right now on YouTube because I'm talking about this, which I knew would happen. If you get botted like that on YouTube, basically what happens is your views inflate, but YouTube can detect bots and will erase those views from your stream, and you don't get paid for them.
I guess it's
Just like this. 4,954 out of 5,000 paid subscribers. In what fucking universe would 5,000 people have a subscription to this man? Not this one. And not any other universe or dimension of the multiverse does LTG have 5,000 paid subscribers. Okay? It's a farce. It's him gifting to himself or his followers gifting fake subs to himself and pulling the plug later, but then he still counts them, acting like it's real. Or else, why would he get $2,000 of chargebacks on Kick for it, right? In this line, I don't know anything about it. I don't follow that shit. I don't give a shit about that stuff at all. What I care about is stuff that directly relates to me. When you got a creator who outright can't stop lying about who he is, about his popularity level, about his level of success, he's in an empty fucking room in a house that's not even like a high-end house. Does anyone think I'm destitute? Do any of you out there feel that I'm like broke as I'm sitting here in a relatively brand new sweater, and he claims that he's in a mansion with 1 million rooms and this palatial ceilings and all this shit, but the room's empty. He hasn't even put anything in it. And he claims that he designed it, like he's expert level designed his stream setup, and he didn't. He's lying. There's nothing in there because I made fun of him for his old setup, and he's embarrassed that if he puts something else in there, he's going to get made fun of again. Okay? Then he viewbots himself constantly. Then he fucking has fake subs on his stream to act like he's prominent, and he's a nobody. It's pathetic. And the guy just sits there, and he's a smudge on content creation.
Very, very, very hypocritical.
LTG says he has 9-foot ceilings and he doesn't get toys for a setup like you do. First of all, this room has a 9-foot ceiling that I'm in right now. That's a standard thing for a real house, is to have a tall ceiling. I have a 9-foot ceiling in here because I'm 6 feet tall and I can barely touch the ceiling. Okay? He's like he's bragging, my ceiling is tall. What an idiot. And, you know, anyway, let's move on and let's do some Q&A, shall we? No, I'm not 5'9", 155. Are you crazy? I told you I'm 5'11". Currently I'm 175. I think I might have hit the plateau of weight loss, meaning since I'm working out, I'm actively gaining muscle. And so I think I've hit that plateau. I'm probably going to be at 175 for a while because I think I'm still losing fat, but then I'm gaining muscle at the same time. So it's kind of evening out. So I don't think that I'm really going to lose much more. I could still lose fat, but then I'm going to gain muscle to replace it. And therefore my body weight's probably going to stay around the same. I mean, I know I'm an ugly dude, you know, and I'm fat and I'm hairy and I have man boobs and all this crap that everyone makes fun of me for. I hate to tell you this. Coincide says you don't have 9-foot ceilings. The ceiling in my kitchen and my dining room is even taller than that, and I have insanely huge, tall ceilings in my living room. The way that my house was designed is called open concept, meaning it's meant to be a giant, very luxurious space. They designed the house that way, and it's a very nice house. It's in a freaking private community of what's considered to be high-end condos that were built in the 1990s. Donger Ponger, I have never view-botted, no, never once. And also, and I've said this before, I've never faked a contribution ever. I've never faked a sub, I've never faked a tip, I've never faked a super chat, I've never faked bits, I've never faked kicks, I never faked anything anywhere, and I don't view-bot. It was all completely 100% a lie. So, have I been view-botted? Of course. Right now, they're view-botting me on YouTube. Why? Because I brought up the fact that LTG literally view-bots every stream he does. So, they're going to do it to me, of course, now. Can I get an RGB scale? I don't know. Do they sell that? They probably sell one that glows so you could read it in a dark bathroom, I would bet. But I don't know if they would have RGB lights on the side. Excuse me. No, I don't. I literally do not fake anything. That's just the dumbass detractor meme that they've made up about me. I've not faked one contribution ever. If that were the case, why would I not be faking it? To say that I'm doing well every single stream, to seem like I'm doing better than I am. That doesn't make sense. Why would I selectively choose certain streams to say I'm doing better in and others when I'm not? Why would I ever have ended a streak where basically I was benefiting from having the streak be hit? None of that makes any sense. But that's the thing. The narrative that these people create never made sense. It's just them saying something negative and toxic to say it, but then when you try to analyze it in a way that would, well, that doesn't make sense, and here's why. Oh, that's it. They move on to something else. Right? They can't be faced with reality that what they're saying is just bullshit. It doesn't make sense at all. I met her when she was like 16 and I groomed her for years. Do I think LTG has a warrant out for his arrest? I haven't heard that one yet. I can't say no, I don't know, but I haven't heard that one yet. I'm not obsessed with LTG. This is a pertinent topic that has to do directly with something that affects me, right? I've been view-botted before, and I talk about the importance of engagement all the time. Here's exactly the reason why, and it just so happens to be everyone's favorite streamer that's been affected by it. So there you go. I just want to remind everyone, here on DSP Gaming, there is zero tolerance for outside drama and nonsense. Why is it opened on there? Well, was he looking at it right before the stream, and then he opened, like, huh? It doesn't seem to make much sense. Some people are saying they think that it was set up that way purposefully to get him sympathy, that people will think that it's real now, because he put on there without a DNA test or whatever. So now people will think, oh, poor Dale. Well, I guess if they like him, they would just say poor DeLon. But, you know, they say, poor Dale, that, you know, he has to pay $9,000 now for something that's never been legally found. Again, I don't know anything about child support in the state of California or anything like that. I think that's where he lives, right? California. That's, again, one moment in my 15-year career that maybe I made a threat of doxing. But if it's not his kid and it's never been proven to be his kid, how could there be rulings saying that he owes the money? Does that make any sense? Right? Like, there had to have been some kind of evidence that it's actually his kid. No? How else, seriously, how else could he possibly have gotten court rulings against him? I don't know. I don't understand that whatsoever. No, I don't know a lot about him. Every once in a while, I told you what happens is every once in a while, one of these clips pops into my feed. The same exact thing happens with Wings. The clip pops into my feed, And if it happens to be something that looks interesting or piques my interest or has something to do with, something that I would be related to, I'll take a look at it. In this case, there was a thumbnail and it was like, he lost like $2,000. And I was like, wait, that's old. Like, that's old news that he lost $2,000. That was months and months ago. And supposedly he already paid that back. So what the hell is this one? And so I click on it and then the narrative begins of, oh boy, I got robbed by Kick and blah, 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 and stuff like that. And then I look into it. I'm like, Cypress says if he signed documents the day the kid was born, he would need a DNA test to prove the opposite. That's what I mean. It doesn't make sense. How could he have a court ruling? No one can just say, you're my kid's father, and immediately be granted a judgment, and now you have to owe them money. That doesn't work that way. There has to be some level of evidence that you're the kid's dad, whether it is the DNA test or, like you just said, maybe on the day the kid was born, you were at the hospital and you signed the document saying, yes, I'm the kid's father, the birth certificate or whatever, right? Something like that has to take place. Like, I'll give you an example, all right? My wife and I got married in 2019.
My wife looks like a horse.
My detractors, this is not an exaggeration, were actually trying to get the marriage annulled. I'm serious. They were trying to, get the marriage canceled.
Would you give Phil a kiss on the cheek for everyone on stream? Would you do that? But you don't have to. It's up to you if you want to. Don't feel pressured. He's just asking, would you give me a kiss on the cheek? Would you?
And you can only go so far in a process like that until something has to happen. Like you have to physically show up somewhere and prove your identity. You have to have a notarized document created with an actual legal notary involved saying, yes, this person did this. That has to happen. So without that step of verification of identity or, that step has to happen at some point for a legal action to take place. Otherwise, it can easily be annulled. If something accidentally went through, it could just be annulled once it's realized, oh, nothing was actually checked properly. It's very similar to a police investigation where someone, oops, we mishandled a piece of evidence. So it doesn't even matter if you have a slam dunk case. If someone mishandled that one piece of evidence, that's the proper way to do it legally, the whole thing gets thrown out. So it's the same thing with any legal ruling. So to me, that's just crazy that this guy supposedly has a legal ruling against him claiming that he owes $9,000 for a kid that he says isn't his, but never once was there any kind of evidence that he was the dad. Kimikaze says, I'm pretty sure that's just how it works in a state. Kimikaze, let me ask you this question then. If that's how it works in a state, why is every single woman in California not claim that their kid has a baby daddy to get a free paycheck? Right? And then I love this. Here's what I absolutely love. Then someone says, who cares? So I gotcha. I've raised a valid point that everyone should address, and we should actually say, okay, let's figure this out. No, who cares? Oh, because DSP raised a valid point, an intelligent point, that your argument doesn't work. I just wanted to think about what might have happened in the last 10 years if I was actually able to add to interesting topics, actually be respected for my opinions. Oh, it's just the way they do it in that state. So then why is every woman not accused a man of being their baby daddy so they can get a free paycheck? Oh, who cares? Move on. Huh? Wait, no. Why are we moving on? Because I gotcha? Yeah, it's what I thought. What the fuck are you talking about? God, you're stupid. Do I miss reacting to K-pop? Do I miss it? No. Did it bother me? Seattle's Best says, you know that there's no point in refuting internet detractor theories. You're right, but when someone says you owe them $9,000 in court, you probably should refute that one. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, the stuff that people say about me, it's all bullshit online. It's just rumors and nonsense online. That's not even verifiable shit. It's garbage. It's, fluff based on theories, based on fucking tinfoil hat wearing nut jobs posting on Kiwi farms bullshit. You're a liar, Phil. Phil lies about everything. He's a liar. So I don't care what nut jobs on the internet say about me. It doesn't physically bother me or affect me. It's like I said, you can say whatever you want about me, but when I go to the store, guess what? The money still clears. Does anyone think I'm destitute? Do any of you out there feel that I'm like broke as I'm sitting here in a relatively brand new sweater? No, that's not what it says. at all. It says new legal order debts as of 2/10/25. Okay. We're a total of, and then he has all these listed. And he said the grand total came to 8,800.0811, but then at the top he says total of 9,980 because it also now includes January 2026. Like he has a running tally of the debts against him. That does not say what he's paid. That's the debts against him. Am I the tallest person in my family tree? Let me think about that for a second. Sounds like someone outside is revving up a machine. Hold on, it might be the landscapers. The landscapers are right outside my window trimming a tree. Like, oh, that's kind of loud. I guess I should close the window. No, it was not LTG outside of my place with a chainsaw. No, it was the landscapers. Don't worry. You couldn't hear that? It was loud. That shit was really loud. I mean, seriously, if you didn't hear that, my filters are way better than I thought. Who's taller, me, John Rambo, or Howard? Me. You did hear it? Okay. I don't know what a thug shake is, so no, I can't thug shake. Sorry. I Vale O VIP, thanks for a €5.49, whatever the euro change is, super chat. He's bringing up some drama about LTG, or excuse me, about RTU. I don't know anything about that, nor do I care, but thanks. So for the record, when people say, hey, Phil, why don't you put your chats on your screen like your detractors do? Because someone right now is trying to dox. Like, no lie. It's wrong. It's hilarious because all the information is wrong that they just put up. But people, like, this happens all the time. People will come and try to dox. People will come and put racist stuff in there to try to get me in trouble or whatever. I can't put the chat on the screen. It's just not possible. Yes, people in my family went bald before 30. All my cousins did. On my uncle's side, he went blind by 30, or blind, holy shit. He went bald by, sorry, I was thinking about, someone was talking about RTU and the blindness meme, and I got distracted. Who was doxing? So, like I said, some idiot was posted in the YouTube chat, and I had to ban him. But that's what I mean. People try that shit all the time. What is my favorite sport? Probably American football, I think. Who's my team? I don't have one. It's very distracting right now. The guy cutting the things off this tree is distracting the shit out of me. I can't even pay attention to the check because I just hear the revving constantly outside the window. So I might have to go on my break. Will I be allocating a poker chip to LTG soon? No. That was a rare thing. That was a one-off, And if you haven't noticed, I don't care about review tech at all. I just don't could not care less about a single person on this planet than Review Tech USA. After I did that react and everything, I just don't care to learn about him, hear about him, talk about him. I don't give a shit. Completely insignificant to anything on this planet. So I just don't care. Is it true I got robbed at the grocery store? Because you looked at my channel, couldn't find any videos about it. I mean, yes, did something get stolen from me? Yes, but it wasn't like someone robbed me at gunpoint. It's a stupid story. So, well, everyone, I hope that you enjoyed today's show. I had a good one. Thank you for watching the Level 1 Podcast. Peace out, everyone. See you then. Okay. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I hope that you enjoyed. Oh, I already said that, War and Peace. He says, no wonder LTG keeps asking you $5,000 for a collab. He needs the money. Everyone knows that. Literally everyone knows that the guy needs money. No one's stupid, okay? The guy's not affluent. He's not rich. He lies about it constantly. That's why everyone makes fun of him. All right.
Focus on your sexy, bro. Focus on your health.
Focus on my sexy?